Ladies and gentlemen, we have a new segment on the show. This is where I take actual letters from old advice columns of the 50s and 60s, and I answer them from today. I got a book of these things, and they are insane. This is how people lived, folks. A lot of women writing in, and they have some questions that need answering. So we're going to do this now. Here we go. You'll get the idea. First, number one, this is from the Merry Friend column. This is from Women's Day magazine, January 3rd, 1955. Here we go.
I can't help feeling jealous of my husband's admiration for a young woman who lives near to us. She is married and doesn't appear to think twice about him, but I know he thinks she is lovely and he flares into a temper every time I tax him about talking to her. How can I manage him better?
See, you get all fancy and use the word admiration, and it makes you sound like the creep. Oh, I wish my husband would stop admiring Abraham Lincoln. I'm jealous. What you mean is, you hate that the man you're married to checks out some hot newlywed neighbor lady. I don't blame you, especially since he seems to go nuts when you bring it up. Try withholding sex as a punishment. Either it will work like a charm, or he will end up seeking sex outside the home. Which he's probably doing anyway, as it's 1955 where you are. But if you divorce him, you'll be damaged goods. Sorry you don't have rights yet. This is another one from Women's Day. This is March 21st, 1955, later that same year.
I have a boyfriend who I met 3 weeks ago, and he proposed to me. I love him, but my parents object to him because he is German. Would it be wrong for me to marry him?
Would it be wrong for me to marry him? Seems like you're thinking of the German part as the problem. Look, I know it's 1955, but 3 weeks? I think it's wrong to call him your boyfriend already. Do you know anything about him other than that he's German? The more I think about it, maybe your parents are right. World War II only ended 10 years ago. Maybe this guy's a closet Hitler loyalist. How old is he? Was he in the army? Was he an officer? If he was an officer, you probably want to steer clear of this guy. Any monocles I should know about? Take some time to get to know him, say a full month, and find out if he periodically visits any friends in South America. Here's another one from Women's Day, March 1955.
I am still in love with a boy who used to take me out 3 years ago, but he is just friendly and quite indifferent to me. Is there any way I can win him back, like playing hard to get or telling him I love him? None of the other boys I've been out with compare with him, and I just can't fall in love with anyone else.
Wow. Your letter bummed me out royal. Let me tell you, if it's been 3 years and he's friendly but indifferent, I don't think he'll respond to hard to get. He will take that as mission accomplished. And telling him you love him is not a good idea. You know when it's good to tell people you love them? When you're reasonably sure they love you back. Here's what you never want to happen. You tell a boy you love him, and he makes a face. See, if it comes down to acting like you don't care or blurting out that you care too much, you should consider maybe giving other boys a chance. What makes this guy so great anyway? His friendliness or his indifference? Surely some other fella out there can say, ask you about the weather / not care if you live or die, right? All right, here's the last one. Women's Day again from 1967.
My heart has been broken by a man I spent 3 years with. He has moved in with another woman who has her own home. I have been ringing psychic lines, and they all told me something different. Some say he will be back, and others say he won't. I am confused.
Yeah, I know the feeling. Like, I get confused when a magician saws a lady in half, and then he puts her back together, and she steps out of the cabinet, and she's fine. Shouldn't her guts be hanging out all over the place? How did she keep moving her feet on the one side of the box when her spine had clearly been severed? How confusing. I'm no psychic, but thanks for thinking to write me after you exhausted all of your supernatural leads. But I think if he's moved in with another woman, he ain't coming back. Maybe the draw of this other woman's house is not that she owns it, but that it isn't filled with decision-making chicken bones. All right, thank you very much. We'll maybe do more of those in the future.